A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the gun, it's Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown! David Njoku. His first touchdown on the year. And the Blues take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Play fake, and it's Tannehill. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Bourne. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him. And touchdown! Kiki QT, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Blues lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Tannehill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runners give.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Juwan Bentley. And the Broncos force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Charles, I don't know what's going on in that defensive team meeting room, but they better keep it rolling. 3 picks last week, 2 here now in the first quarter.
Everyone talks about creating turnovers and getting takeaways, but until it gets put into action, it's just talk. And right now, it's in action and in a big way. Now they've got the receivers wondering if they have to turn around and play more defense instead of running routes trying to take the ball downfield.
The tackle there by the safety, Xavier McKinney. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. And this offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
The Broncos send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Here comes Reed. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. 1st and 10. It's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Play action. Now Wilson. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Juwan Bentley. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reaction to those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week, an unbeaten team against a 1-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny.
Davis fighting. He loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. Now Kamara. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Kamara. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the #2 rush defense in the league. So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Alvin Kamara with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football. So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it. Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Wilson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there. Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball. Third and 2, now Wilson. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Open man is born. And shutting him off now open field. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain. On 2nd and 7, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Blues are able to stretch out their lead. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw taken in by Sutton.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on second down. Tannehill. And his throw is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, the return is Reed. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
This is the tight end, Njoku. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. This one caught by Davis. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Here's Wilson. He's going to have the hook up to QT. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 36. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
The decision that time was to keep it, and not a great one. Once he got out right with the football, there was just nowhere to go.
And I felt bad for his offensive line there because their job is to create creases, right? Create openings. But if those defenders keep their shoulders square to the line of scrimmage and refuse to be budged, that's the end result. No place for him to turn upfield. No chance to gain any yardage.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 59 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Here's Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They snap it to Tannehill. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Kamara. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
Yeah, he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Tannehill. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now it's Tannehill. He throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
50 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They go play action now. Wilson.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
But last week was what's commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson going for it all. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will extend their lead even further.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Tannehill now to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this Guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the third. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. It wasn't the line that jumped that time, the second level.
No, that's a great observation because most of the time it's those guys up front so eager to get off on the snap. They do it, but in this case, you're exactly right. Second level, probably because they moved up to the first level. That hurts them.
I'm ready for more. You fired up, I'm fired up. Don't run from rap. 1, 2, 3. Hey. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. Game time.